welcome back to another Gate Ruler video. Today we have got some cards. That's the wrong one. I don't know if anyone even noticed that. Anyway, okay, so we got three cards to talk about today. And one of them we kind of already knew about, but now we have the full context for it, which I think was rather necessary to get a full understanding. So here it is. So this is A7 Jabberwock. I can read. Terminator Jabberwock. So this is A7 Dragon and Beast. So you may remember me talking about this card on the initial Alice reveal, where I said, wow, a 6/5/3 level 2? This must have some drawbacks. Surely. It does indeed have some drawbacks. So, translation. The first one is if you do not have another A7 or Alice on your field, destroy this card at the end of your turn, and it cannot be put to the defensive zone. With regards to the A7 and Alice, they have errated the original Alice to be an Alice, and they did that for the benefit of the overseas versions because in Japanese it's a short name, but in English it's absolutely not. So they have errated it. So in our version, it shouldn't have an errata, but in Japanese, they just went, okay, here's the thing. English is a stupid language, so that's why we did this. Anyway, this card is still ridiculous. Fundamentally, this is the best stats on a level 2 in the game, by far. Like the most comparable one is the 4/5/3 for Wonderverse. I suppose there's an argument that the 5/4/3 in Yomagin is comparable because that is also a beast. But here you're getting such amazing traits, right? So you're getting beast. So this can easily be a 7/6/3 level 2, which is, stonks. Now, of course, if it pops itself at the end of the turn, then whatever. But still, it's a dragon, which means it lines up very nicely with Genesis Summon support and an A7s for that synergy as well. Now, we're going to have to see. I mean, this is just going to get better over time as we get more and more A7 cards and more Alice cards. At the moment, it is a little inconsistent, but so you're basically going to have to be playing this in a night deck or in a wizard deck because you need to be able to hold it in hand until you can actually play it and not lose it, or at least you're going to close out the game that turn. But this card is very, very strong. And I'm very excited to bash in some faces with it because Alice best deck, baby, let's go. I'll kick a chair in a video eventually. Okay, next we've got this very good card. So this is Wetland Mermaid Shizukuhime translation. This is a level 0 Apparition Beast. The counter is to use this card's Overdrive, and the Overdrive, and it's a 2/2/1. And the Overdrive, choose up to 2 cards in your opponent's graveyard and remove them from the game. So that's crazy. This counters Captain Liberty. This big time counters Darkness and Abyss Summon as a whole. But of course, you are losing counter slots. Big time to play this. And if you were playing against one of those, like if you were playing against Darkness, you would want 4 of this presumably. So it's a big thing. So this just feels like a very sideboardy card to me. Or if Darkness took over the meta, Darkness taking over the meta. If Darkness took over the meta, then this would be a staple main deck card. But at the moment, you could run a couple in main board if you wanted to. But the only deck I see this being a staple in is Highlander. But yeah, very good card. This is the final card we have got today, and this is really, really cool, really interesting. We've kind of seen it before. So this has forced standby, which means you have to set it. Or rather, you cannot normal summon this if you do not set it. And then, when you are attacked by your opponent's unit, you can normal summon this card from the set zone. So this card is very, very similar to Alice from set 1. Directly comparable. So what does this give you? You can use this in drive decks as well as hand decks. So this is much more sort of universally available. It's also an apparition, so there is synergy there. Its stats are far better. You're getting strike here, and the attack and the HP are flipped, but that's really valuable because it's possible for this to actually not die to a ruler attack if it's a energy-based ruler. So you can actually very feasibly use this to block 2 attacks and not even lose this. It has 2 strike. I don't know if I said that. It has 2 strikes, so you can actually use this offensively as well. So in a lot of ways, it's better than Alice, but in other ways, it's worse. You have to set this, which means it is susceptible to set destruction, which obviously is not great. And you can only call it to the defensive zone when your opponent's unit attacks you, not your opponent's ruler. So if your opponent swings with ruler first and you're at 3 life or less, you can't really do anything. This will not, like Alice, whereas with Alice you could have chucked it in. You can't do that here. However, I think the biggest thing that's going to make this so good is the fact that it does not have counter. You're not losing your counter spots to run this card. And, you know, it really is comparable to Alice in a lot of ways, as I sort of just outlined. And it's also low rarity, relatively. It's only 3-star. That means it's going to be pretty cheap. So, you know, that's really good. And the art's obviously fantastic. I am very, very excited for this card, to be honest. I think, you know, there are going to be ways to set it as well in these decks. So, yeah, I just think this is a very strong card. Will it be better than Alice? I mean, personally, I think Alice is one of, if not the best cards in any energy deck, period. One of the best cards in the game. So the fact that this is even comparable to Alice is pretty nutty. Well, will it be better? I don't know. We'll have to try it out, but this card is really strong. And I can definitely see a strong argument for red-blue in the Alice deck where you'll run this, as well as your other strong red options with Wizard. So you'll always have that 1 energy available defensively. It's coming together, boys. It's coming together. Alice best deck, baby. Let's go. Question mark. Anyway, that's that for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like on the video. Please subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the content. If you would like to get some Gate Ruler products, please contact your local game store, or if there are a bunch of decks, you can use my affiliate link in the description, where if you buy from, if you buy using that affiliate link, I'll make a small bit of money. You don't have to do that, but of course, if you do, it helps support the channel, and it would be much appreciated. That's it, and I'll see you guys for tomorrow's card reveals. Cheers.